My man Art. What's good, brother? Oh man, bro, I haven't done any painting this month. It seems like at all. I can't even get finished with like one section of this damn painting. It's taking so long, but hopefully in the next 2 weeks I'll be back to my normal routine. Yeah, we're having a hard time finding an internet provider in a new location that offers speed as high as what we have now. And even with the internet we have, and as much as I pay for internet, is like this shit still looks fucks up sometimes. Oh yeah, I just I finished grouting the towel, and I put a new toilet in the bathroom today. So that shit is done. All the towel work is done. Like I say, the grout was the last thing, so I got that all wrapped up. And I've been ripped the old commode out, so the double vanity is in, the towel is in, the floor is in, and the new toilet is in. And I refinished the tub, so the upstairs bathroom is complete. All of the wall paint is complete. There's some more baseboard, windows, and doors I have to do, and that's it. Um, I have to finish the bathroom downstairs. I did the floor, I replaced the sink. I didn't replace the toilet, and I didn't refinish the tub yet. But that's just a secondary bathroom, so I can do that after I move in and just work on that bathroom little by little. Um, yeah, I got a lot of shit done, yeah. So I redid the treads on the stairs. Uh, had to add a subfloor to the foyer. Um, got that light panel changed out. But now I was at Home Depot earlier today looking for hardware, some handles for the kitchen and the bathroom downstairs cabinets need some newer handles on them. And so my foyer area has the wood paneling, that old ugly shit. So I was pricing some sheetrock. So it probably takes me about 250 or $300 in material costs just for. I say I probably need about 10 sheets, anywhere from 10 to 15 sheets of sheetrock, and then just mud and tape and screws. And after that, it's fucking labor. But that's gonna be like, I don't know. I wanted to demo that shit before the damn carpet comes. I don't think I'm gonna make it to that part. And I would need like steady help, especially hanging sheetrock. One man can do it. You can just cut your pieces smaller, and you'll just have to do more mudding and taping. But you can hang sheetrock in a manageable size for one person. But it's better just to have two people. If you're doing some sheetrock work, it's just easier. That's like a two-man job, you know. Yo, boss, what's up? But there's other really big projects that are gonna come up later. I want to get the outside painted. Um, like I say, take that fucking paneling down and sheetrock those walls. And there's radiators in the house like this. I live in an old ass area with old ass fucking houses. So I think maybe in a year or two, I'll convert the heat to something else. There's very cost efficient electric heating now, baseboard heaters, and it's a really big house. So I can imagine putting like an HVAC system and like central air and running ducts and cutting vents. Man, that shit would cost as much as the house. So probably won't be able to update it, but you can get rid of the fucking radiators and tear them shits out. And they work, they're pretty efficient, but they're eyesores. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I'm gonna work on this for a minute and see if I can get like 30-40 minutes in before I take my ass back to sleep. But yeah, tomorrow I'm just gonna paint a lot of fucking trim. Like I say, I got some new doors in there. Mm, Yo, one of the hardest things was, yo, what up, man? My man Puff. Yeah, it was fucking. It was a little challenge because the vanities weren't even set up for plumbing like that. It was set up for two separate main water lines, and I only have one main water line in that bathroom. So yeah, I had to split the drains and split the waters and drill through the cabinet to get the pipe and the waters to the other side. And the pipe, the main water pipe coming out the wall wasn't the same fittings as everything else. So it was like I had to convert from the pipe and like make some adjustments on that shit. Then I had to hand cut and refit a bunch of pipe for the P trap to fit properly. And then I had to use couplings to make that other piece fit because I was going to get a big piece of PVC, but I thought that would have been too heavy to stretch from that one side to the other. But I don't know. So now, anyway, I have double sinks in the bathroom. Oh, I do commissions all the time, bro. I just got finished with a commission. If you go to my Instagram, which is at Paintings by the Prince, the last post on my Instagram is literally on its way to California right now. I just dropped it off yesterday morning. I think it said it'd be like 3 or 4 days before it get there, so it's in transit right now. Uh, yeah, that's the towels I put in the bathroom. It's hard to see this shit. Yeah, so bathroom is nice and toweled up. Then put my brand new elongated efficiency toilet bowl in there. But I'm both Bobs now. I'm Bob Ross and Bob Vega.
What's on everyone's 2018 wish list? Custom insurance that saves you money. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hello, this is Michael Tellinger, and we continue our exploration into the ancient past, the murky origins of humankind and our species on this planet, to see what we can learn from the ancient civilizations and the wisdom of the ancients that can benefit us into the future of humanity and this planet of ours. In the last episode we ended off with exposing the more than 10 million mysterious stone structures scattered throughout southern Africa. And that is clearly a very large number of stone structures and a very definite indication that we're dealing with a vanished civilization that we know very little about. The big question is, what happened to them? And why are so few of these structures visible today? It's obvious that something happened that stopped the civilization from doing whatever it is they were doing. And we find the evidence of this in the Sumerian texts. It's fascinating. When we ask the question, what happened? Normally, as usual, we find the Sumerian texts and the ancient civilizations and the ancient texts give us clear indications of what happened in the past. These are two examples of what are referred to as the Sumerian kings lists. A number of these kings lists have been found. These two are of particular interest because they were found at different places at different times, and yet they contain exactly the same information. The large one obviously contains more information than the smaller one, but yet they contain the core of the information is the same. And they basically tell us about a long period of time that spans more than 220,000 years and cite a number of kings, the same kings by name and by region, that ruled the world. It also tells us that these kings were appointed by the gods in a statement that says that kingship was lowered to earth from heaven, or after kingship descended from heaven. And so we realize that this is most likely the beginning of the royal bloodlines on planet Earth, when some of the humans were chosen by the gods to rule over the rest of humanity. And this is a very critical point in our human history that we're going to come back to when we start analyzing the origins of money and the control of the planet through the system, the monetary system that has enslaved all of us today. What we find fascinating is that this information is not only about the kings that ruled the world, that were given advanced technology and advanced weapons with which they could smite and control the humans. They were given knowledge of alchemy and sorcery and wizardry and all kinds of other things that we could not possibly even imagine today, because clearly they had to take control over humanity. One of the key things that we read in these two particular tablets is, at the end of it, it says, and then the flood swept over. And I believe that this is what happened to this vanished civilization at the southern tip of Africa. And if a picture can tell 1,000 words, then we can see from some of these aerial photographs that a vast majority of this vanished civilization in southern Africa is covered by large amounts of sediment and sea sand. In front of Adams Calendar, for example, in the Barberton Valley, we have up to about 30 meters of sea sand sediment. We have found sea shells and fossilized fish on tops of mountains inside of the stone circle walls. That indicates that a large amount of seawater and sea life came across and somehow at some stage covered this whole part of the southern part of southern Africa. And this brings us to the Sumerian connection. And we discover that there's, as there is with most parts of the planet, a very clear and distinct connection between the Sumerian civilization, the Sumerian tablets, and the civilizations of southern Africa. And this is well encoded in the ancient knowledge keepers and kept by the ancient knowledge keepers of southern Africa, like Baba Credo Mutwa, for example, who speaks volumes about the Anunnaki and the Sumerians and the influence of the Sumerian and the Sumerian culture on the people of southern Africa and the interconnectedness of these civilizations on top of each other. And this is where we meet the Anunna gods, or the Anunnaki, as the Sumerian texts refer to them. And we meet Anu, Enlil, and Enki, what could be described as the Sumerian Holy Trinity. And we got to ask ourselves, well, what is
the Sumerian Holy Trinity? Yo, you know what else? You know what else holds the Holy Trinity? I learned this from watching Mr. Rogers. No lie, bro. I watched the episode of Mr. Rogers yesterday. Do you know why a fucking pretzel is shaped like a pretzel? You know what a pretzel is for? A pretzel was for kids in the Catholic Church who could recite all their prayers. It was like a fucking treat if you can memorize the Bible. And so the pretzel is shaped like this, as in a prayer, and then how it has the 3 holes in it is the Holy fucking Trinity. When you look at a pretzel, it has 3 holes. That's the Trinity, and the arms are crossed in fucking prayer. It's weird as shit. I don't think I want to eat pretzels anymore. Or not pretzels shaped like that. I'm eating pretzels right now, but they're stick shaped. And then he just talked about Enlil, Enki, and Anu, which was the Anunnaki king and sons of the first Trinity. And Anu is where we get the word annual or yearly from. Anu, annual. else I have in here. What is this? Let's see. Oh, that's me.